course, you're welcome. Network does its thing, and of course, a couple of technical difficulties here and there. But Big Lala is very much right here with us again. Very eventful weekend, like we said earlier. Lots
Mm-hmm.
of drama here and there. Of course, there were not too many actors in the drama. Quite a few of them, and of
How
course,
many
we have
bulls?
a lot of booze, a lot of bars. Definitely went down over the weekend. Big Lala, Wizkid, who we know is one artist who has been involved in lots of drama lately. The whole rappers thing, came through, and then him responding so many times to different people everywhere. Now we have another episode right now. But first and foremost, Big Lala, what exactly do you think about this December event thing? Lots of my friends have been calling to ask me, Shay, we need tickets for this particular show. I'm not the PR to any of these shows, you get, and I'm not even the plug to any of the shows.
Did you
Please,
used to work magic
if I,
before?
eh?
Did you
Oh
used to
well,
work
yeah.
with magic before?
Maybe in
Don't
some,
say maybe. It was definitely yes. So if you used to, perform the magic before you can perform the magic now.
yeah.
Simple as.
Okay, I don't hear you. Anyways, Wizkid, is the topic of discussion today. Lots of basketballs over the weekend, like we said earlier. Whiskey was meant to perform at this particular show in Ghana at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
He did not perform. His team were there. He was in Ghana as well. DJ Tunes was in Ghana. Everyone were in Ghana to see Wizkid perform. Wizkid himself was there to perform. But all of a sudden, this was what we saw. After he said Accra Sports Stadium tonight, and then the next thing we saw was, I'm very disappointed that Wizkid, after paying for the VIP, someone says the people waited 12 hours for Wizkid. Be like, what happened over the weekend? What exactly happened? Kilo Shele, go.
Well, from what we've gathered so far, um, a lot of Ghanaians are not happy. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
influential, I don't know, in terms of the entertainment in Ghana, are not happy. The first thing I saw was a tweet that said arrest Wizkid from
Yeah.
a Ghanaian YouTuber, and things like
YouTuber,
that.
yeah.
When you see things like that, you know that people are really, 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 really angry. Wizkid does, he does love Ghana. He's been in Ghana for a long time. He's recorded songs in Ghana. He speaks so much, highly of Ghana. He's worked so much with Ghanaian artists as well, and put a couple of people on. So this was an opportunity of him, I don't know, solidifying his fan base in Ghana to make sure that he's untouched
Mm-hmm.
in Ghana. Um, and it was going on in a big stadium, Aqua Sports Stadium. That means massive crowds and massive fans who will come in to pay,
40,000 capacity, yeah.
yeah, to listen to Wizzy, to Wizzy. That was his former name. So that was an opportunity missed from Wiz, opportunity missed by his fans. And we're seeing more revelations. Wiz has come out to apologize. Right, he came out and said, "Oh, there must have been a reason behind it," and some sort of cryptic message about safety and security, things, technical issues that were not sorted out on the
Yeah,
day, and blah blah blah
yeah.
between him and the promoters. And again, it's hard to understand. We don't know what it is exactly. Is it safety, or is it technical issues with the stage setup? He should come out and say exactly what it is. He doesn't need to talk in parables. If it was such a big deal that warranted him to cancel the show, not to show up for a show when people have actually paid, he needs to come out and
Mm,
say, would those things have actually affected him, or would they have made him look like, oh, my brand is not getting the marks that it deserves? I don't know. If we know exactly what it is, then we can actually judge and let the people see. Let them know what it is exactly you're talking about, so that they will know if it's worth canceling a show over. It might, knowing this artist, it might be something little. It might be something really, really little. You get that they feel, oh, you're not taking me serious over something small.
mm-hmm,
I mean,
mm-hmm.
you need to understand that if people have turned up for you, at least 20, 30,000 people have turned up for you in that stadium, right? That should be your priority. If you are going to make an announcement over a technical issue, and say, oh, guys, we're not having the best of times and blah blah blah. But either way, the show must go on, and we must. I mean, I can't disappoint you guys, but it must have. I don't know. I don't know how comfortable he was to make such a decision. I don't support it at all.
Okay, so Live Hub, have come out to, they came out yesterday to actually
Mhm.
talk to say, oh, Whiskey breached his contractual obligation last night. We sincerely apologize. This is from them saying, oh, you know what, we've done our part. Whiskey hasn't done his own part of, the bargain. Now, Whiskey has come out to talk to say technical security and all of that. He's not going to sacrifice his brand, for stuff and all of that. Now, before the show, there were lots of people saying, oh, the ticket price was way too much. So, on the venue of the day, on that day, there were very few people, there, according to videos. Maybe that was the beginning of the show or something. But like
Okay.
the stadium wasn't that packed up and everything. A lot of people felt Whiskey didn't show up because the crowd wasn't much. Do you think that's one of the reasons?
Well, if that's one of the reasons, perhaps they would have been in a discussion before this day came to fruition. They will have obviously discussed pricing. They will have discussed a lot of things to make sure that they will be able to max out the uh, the
Crowd,
capacity
yeah,
of the stadium.
attend capacity, yeah.
If Wiz has made this cryptic message about his brand, that means he expects that the promoters would have done their work, done their homework, right? They would have actually promoted that event to make sure it gets to full capacity. If you understand what I mean.
Mm, yeah,
If that was the case, right, Wiz coming there expects that he's coming there to perform to a crowd. If he's performing to any less, he also understands that if he performs to any less, it would seem some type of way to his band if he's banging on that. But that being said, he cannot call off a show because of that. Just because you would feel a bit embarrassed at the crowd you are pulling in Ghana, if that's the reason.
what if
It's something to do.
what if that was part of the agreement to say you have to
Well, I
fill
don't
up
think it would.
to this particular capacity, then I'll come perform, or
Mm,
lots of complaints about the ticket, to be honest, on social media. A lot of people saying, oh, it's too much, we can't afford it, we can't come, we can't do this, we can't do that. But Wizkid was right there in Ghana. Live Up have said Wizkid breached the contract. Wizkid has said no, the security. What does Wizkid mean by security and technical,
See,
this
he has
thing?
already led up to what will actually be the problem, which is the right path you've gone on with his brand. He takes his brand. He said he takes his brand seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
He may have been disappointed at the work these promoters have done in promoting the show to make sure they bring out the brand. I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
bring out the people who are going to attend the show. And maybe upon getting there, he felt a bit disappointed, which is valid. But then you have to make, I don't know, which he's taking the option of canceling the show and, I mean, infuriate the whole of the fans of all his fans in Ghana, saying they waited 12 hours for him, he never showed up, right? He's
Yeah.
he's done that, and he has. It's not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice on those guys who have come out and waited in the sun. I mean, well, not even in the sun, in the dark of the night, 12 hours. It's not nice on them. You get. So Wiz
Mm-hmm.
has to. Uh, I don't know. It was a difficult decision, but then either way, I think he could have just gone out to perform. His fan base, his reputation in Ghana is there. There's nothing wrong with it. Nobody
Mm,
would touch it, regardless how many
mm,
that him performing to a low crowd thing would only be temporary. He could have other shows in
mm,
Ghana and he would still pack
mm.
up again with proper promoters. He could have just taken that risk than him missing a show. He has a history
So do you
of
think he should
missing
have
out on
taken the
things.
risk of sacrificing his brand, for
See,
that particular?
there's not see that thing. Everybody knows Wiz can pack a crowd, right?
Yeah.
Him performing to a low crowd in Ghana, he can come out after the performance and say, "Oh, he blames the promoters did not do their job, and it wasn't his, what's it called? It wasn't it wasn't his fault. Basically, you can say the
Mm,
promoters did not do their job, right? At least you've been paid, right? And you've been contracted to do something. You sign an agreement. You go on there and perform, regardless what it is. After the show, you can address other issues and work with other producers. I mean, other promoters. but you cannot
Mm.
cancel the show. You have a history of not, I mean, coming up when you're due to come up. You have a history of even an international show that you did not travel to go and see. You have that history. You cannot at this level and say you want to cancel it. Sometimes the show must just go on, and you can address other issues later, which I feel is what we should have done.
Okay, Big Lala. We've talked on the side of Big Wiz on what he should have done and what he should not have done and everything. Do you
Yeah.
think the organizers have a fault in all of this?
Of course, of course. I mean, if you as an artist go into an agreement with organizers, you expect that they will do right by you. They will do all they can to sell out. I mean, those shows, do everything possible. You get when Wiz and Bonner and the likes, when they do shows internationally and they go with all these big arenas, do you think it's only down to them to sell those tickets? It's not down. It's not.
Mm.
It's not down to them. You get.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a partnership, but they do their part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also does their part. You think, and the organizers who partnership with also they do their part.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
make everything possible to make sure that tickets goes out on sale and they are able to
Yeah,
fill a max
because
capacity.
another interesting angle that Isiaq Mohammed, of course, it's just mere speculation right now, is that in a capacity of 40,000 people, just
Mhm.
3 to 4 thousand people came out. If you were Wiz, will you come out to perform? If actually that was a real figure in a 40,000 capacity stadium, 3 to 4K people came out.
So at the end of the day, it's not my brand. Like I'm saying it from a consumer perspective. This is what I would
Yeah,
like to see. Because if
yeah,
if I was a fan who had paid those ticket prices and I've been there at the location, I expect to see a show.
yeah,
Right?
true, right.
So regardless whether it's 40,000 or 4,000 or 10,000, I expect to see a show. Right? If that did not happen, I'm going to be aggrieved. I'm on the side of the consumers of
The
the music, the guys
consumers,
who are
yeah.
paying the tickets. I'm not on the side of either Wiz or no. They've promoted this show and said, "Oh, Wiz will be here, these artists will be here," and I've come there to
And the Wizkid
witness,
is not there.
experience it, and it's not there. I don't want to hear that only 4,000 people turned up. No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, please come and perform. Yeah. And if that didn't happen, why? Wizard said is because of he takes his brand seriously and that. And we've seen all these rumors about only 4,000 people turned up. Well,
Mm.
fine, it's a blemish on Wiz that I can only put 4,000 people in Ghana. But it's not the consumer's fault. It's not the people who pay the
Do you
tickets
think it's
who are
about
paying.
Wizkid being able to pull just 4,000 people, or the ticket price not, being too conducive for, for consumers?
Okay?
Yeah.
Regardless of that ticket price. Wiz's show in last year in December in Nigeria. Minimum ticket was what? Was it not 50K or what was it?
50,000.
50,000 naira, and they are throwing it the same line here. They did not pack. I mean, obviously those locations are probably like 5,000, 6,000 locations, which is fine. But it's a sports stadium, and yeah, if you're going to do a sports stadium, you should know that you are talking quantity of people to come
Yeah.
and attend, right? Then obviously your head should tell you that pricing has to be reasonable enough to attract the people that will fill up that 40,000 capacity. You're not talking
So
UK. You're not talking
the
US.
blame goes to who right here?
Well, Wiz was, I mean, he went into partnership with them. I'm not going to share blame to the promoters because
Live
Wiz
Hub,
was
yeah?
there. Yeah, they I mean, they will have discussed the pricing between themselves, what is fair, what they should go for, and all that. If it was going to be a stadium, and this is Ghana that is having a lot of economic issues, that people are, I mean, the inflation
Man,
is
I'm
on,
telling
even
you,
though
man.
all around the world inflation is going up,
Yeah.
but Ghanaians
Everywhere, man.
they are feeling the heat of I mean, they have so much economic issues going on with them. And you expect them to come up with such a money. You expect 40,000 people in Ghana to come with such a money to come and watch Wiz. You get if you're gonna do such a show, you know you need to drop down your prices. They didn't do that and they went on um the rest that they say is history. Wiz cancelled the show and everybody's angry and paranoid.
Okay. If this was a an independent show done by Wizkid, would he have sold out?
Well, Wiz has announced that he's going to come up with uh, a show for his Ghanaian
Yeah.
fans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he's going to come up with a date. I'll be much willing to. I'll be looking forward to seeing what the prices of that will be and comparing to this show.
to this.
Obviously, who's going to drop that price? So if we drop the
Mm-hmm.
price, then the point I will do that. Yes, it was so expensive for people to actually attend. You get?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if that was the case, I think they should have gone for a smaller venue, not trying to sell out an Aqua Stadium at such an exorbitant
Across
price.
stadium. Yeah. Anyways, tilting towards your point, that you've been talking about for a while. Wizkid actually was meant to perform the next day on the 11th in Abidjan, in Benin
Mm-hmm.
Republic, as well as Abidjan. It was in Benin
Mm-hmm.
Republic, and there
Mm-hmm.
was a video of Wizkid saying, "I see you soon, Abidjan. I see you soon, Abidjan." And according to multiple reports, right here, Wizkid multiple reports say Wizkid did not perform at his Abidjan concert. What happened again?
Are you sure he did not perform? I'm seeing videos of Wiz performing in Abidjan. Yeah.
No,
Oh wait.
okay, so Benin Republic, there
Oh, he
was the
was in Benin
Cotonou
Republic
show.
and he performed in school.
Yes, there was a Cotonou, there was a Cotonou show,
So
and
it was
then there
meant to
was
be this
the,
day
you know,
Ghana, the next day
two
Abidjan.
countries in one night. Yes, it was meant to
Oh,
be
it
in
was
two
meant to
countries
be
in one night.
Ghana and then it was meant to be in Benin.
Yes, on the
And that didn't
11th,
happen.
he was meant to perform on the 11th in Benin Republic, and the same night, he was meant to perform in Cote d'Ivoire. But apparently, he performed in Benin Republic and failed to turn up in Cote d'Ivoire, and that's gotten a lot of fans upset. Lots of reports
But
saying he did not perform.
I don't understand this reasoning because I'm looking. I mean, my geography is not that bad because I know there's Nigeria, next is Benin, then is Ghana, then I think after is Ivory Coast or is it Togo? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Togo is near Ghana. Yeah,
So Wiz was meant to go forward to Ghana, right, and
yeah,
then come back to Benin or
yeah.
what, and then
No,
go to
okay. So the
Abidjan
thing is,
or what?
on the 10th, he had a show in Ghana. 11th is meant to do Benin Republic and Cote d'Ivoire. Those were the
Okay,
dates he was booked for. He went from Ghana to Benin Republic to
mm-hmm.
perform, and he was meant to leave Benin on that same night after performing to go head straight to, Abidjan in
Okay,
in the in Cote d'Ivoire. But apparently, I think he failed to make the Cote d'Ivoire show, the Abidjan show right now, and people are calling for his head. This one
and
says
then he
there
came to
must be
Benin.
a
See,
serious.
that's
No,
what
no, no,
I'm
not
saying because look,
not.
according to here,
No, I think he did Benin first.
he didn't perform in Benin
He
or
performed in
what?
Benin. He performed in
Yeah, but
Benin.
no, the Ghana show was on the 10th, right?
Yes, Benin show was
So
on
it
the
was meant to do
11th.
It was meant to do Ghana on the 10th. What's it called? Cote d'Ivoire on the 11th.
Benin and Cote d'Ivoire on the 11th. The two shows on one night.
It's not possible now. How is it going to be possible? Even
That's
though
but
traveling
but
traveling
but
between
but
those countries
but
might be an
that's
hour.
what
I
but
understand,
that's what Wizkid has done. That's what he's
but that's
done.
crazy. That's crazy. Knowing
Remember Davido did
Mhm.
Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Nigeria private jet in one night in 2019 or something like that.
No, that cannot happen, Shay. That cannot happen. It cannot happen.
Okay,
I don't think that's
okay,
possible because
okay.
look at it. If you're going to do a Ghana on the 10th, right, and you plan to do
Yeah,
two of these countries, I mean,
on the 11th. Yeah,
Between Benin and Cote d'Ivoire, there's two countries in between. There's two
yes,
countries in between. There's Togo and Ghana. That means you go
yeah.
forward and you want to go back on two countries to go and perform in Benin. It's not possible unless he's had it at the back of his mind that he wasn't going to perform one of these shows, which is bad. There is poor planning. It's poor planning basically. If you want to do three
So are you
shows
saying that
in
Whiskey cannot do a
three
show
countries in
in
2 nights,
Benin and Abidjan in 2 nights?
so it is poor planning. There's no way you will give your best, even as a human being. There's no way you will give your best, regardless if you have a private jet or not. It's stressful enough to do a performance in one night, right? And then the next night you're doing two shows. No, you're not going to give your best. You don't have if you're going to do if you're an artist thinking about doing something like that, you don't have your the what's it called?
Big Lala, can't hear you anymore. I guess your network. Anyways, guys, while Big Lala tries to join us back, please put your comments, down below. What do you think? If you think Wizkid already had it, in mind not to perform in one of these shows, what exactly happened with the Abidjan show? And of course, Big Lala saying, guys, Wizkid, it's not possible for Wiz to perform in Benin Republic and still go fly over two countries. That's Ghana and Togo, and then get into Benin Republic and get into Abidjan, the same night to perform. We're still waiting for Big Lala to join us. If not, of course, I guess we've had enough, of the explanation. We're still waiting for Big Lala to join us right now. But guys, let's have your thought. What exactly do you think about this whole situation? Should now, Don Raymond said the organizers messed Wizkid show up. Wizkid was at the three country, but organizers didn't meet up with his demand. It's possible to attend three shows in one night. Big Lala, if you can hear us or if you can see us, you can see me right now. Someone is saying it's possible for Wizkid to attend the two shows in one night. Guys, put your comments below. We want to hear from you exactly what you think. Do the organizers have a blame in all of this, or should we be putting all on the star boy himself, Big Wiz, who did not perform in Ghana and also did not perform at his show in Ivory Coast, but of course was at the show in Benin Republic just some days, just some hours back actually. Big Wiz was there. Well, we're still waiting for Big Lala. I guess we have to find a way to get him back on. Please just hold on, guys. This is the live, and when it's live, anything can happen. Akin says, I honestly think Wizkid is just trying to create some bad record for himself. He has been in his savage mode for weeks, so it is intentional. Akin says it is intentional. Guys, put your comments below. What do you think about Wizkid's missed shows in Ghana and in Abidjan? Put your comments below, guys. Let us know exactly what you think. I'm trying to okay, so Big Lala is actually trying his very best to meet with us again. But okay, so this one says what happened is that it was performed in Abidjan around 7 p.m. Okay. Please continue to put your comments. Okay. Big Lala has joined us back. Big Lala is back with us.
Where was I? Where was I?
You said people have been talking. Have been saying, "Oh, it's possible that Wizkid will perform in the two countries in the same night."
How?
They are
Please
defying
explain to
the
me.
law of physics.
So far, definitely. I want to go meet him from Benin.
anyways, anyways, Big Lala,
Yeah.
Isiaq Mohammed. A couple of people said that this whole thing is intentional from Wizkid. He's been in some savage mode in the past couple of weeks, so he's just trying to create a bad. Could Wizkid be trying to create a bad record for himself?
No, I don't think no one would intentionally want to create a bad record.
But I can see people saying it's intentional from the comments so far. Say, oh yeah, this is intentional from Wizkid. I think all of them are to be blamed. Isiaq Mohammed say all of them are to be blamed. Of course, that's what Big Lala is saying right now. But let's talk about the bad record. Could he be intentionally, doing this?
It was set for Ghana. If anything, the priority would have been Ghana, and then maybe either of the Abidjan or the Benin would have been out of it. You get it would have been. It was intent. I mean, Ghana, there was intent to perform, but if the rumors are the crowd was not big enough for Wiz's caliber and standing,
brand, yeah.
So if that was the reason, as a consumer, I don't want to hear that. I beg, I don't hear. I paid for a show. I want to see a show.
Yeah. So in all of this, people saying, okay, so this guy once again, Quadwo Sheldon said Wizkid did perform in Abidjan too. LMAO, yeah. Now, do you think Wiz already has a very is he really trying to be unapologetic like Bonner
Okay, so
He's really trying to be on apology. Hence why he delays with his apologies. Okay, so Big Lala in Ghana. Let's go back to Ghana right now.
mhm.
King Promise, you know, Muftar Isiak, please send your comment again. We'll read it. Please send a comment again. You know, these things disappear. So in Ghana, right after Wizkid dropped his apology, just some hours later, King Promise as well was part of the people that did not show up for that concert. It was meant to be Wizkid, King Promise, you know, okay.
Don't worry.
Wizkid,
I'll read any comments
yeah,
you want to read. I'll read it out for you because I'm checking it on the
okay.
YouTube.
On laptop, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Wizkid, King Promise, R2Bs did not perform at this concert. And then both of them, both Wizkid and King Promise now have done apologies. A lot of people feel Wiz is trying to coerce Ghanaian artists against their own people. Is that the right? Like, would you say because Wiz didn't perform, King Promise shouldn't have gone as well? Or should, have also stayed back like he did?
I don't know. I mean, if the only reason why they won't have followed Wiz to what's it called, to the other shows that he was built, or they followed him to Benin to
No,
go
no,
and
no,
perform.
no. So what happened? What happened was in Ghana that day, Whiskey was in Ghana. He didn't go for a show. King Promise as well did not go for that show. R2B did not go for that show as well. And they're saying if a Nigerian artist is doing this to us, you guys as Ghanaians shouldn't do the same thing to us, the fans. You
I
think
think that can only
they were right?
point to the fact that they were uniform in their decision to not perform. That's the Ghanaian artist and Wizkid.
Yeah,
And maybe they've decided
yeah.
that this promoter was not well to do and he didn't do the right thing or whatnot. You get that may have perhaps
Mm,
been their reason why they didn't show up, or reason why they decided not to attend. Again, for Wizzy's people, that reaffirms them as being in the right of, you didn't do what you're meant to do. We're not going to perform.
mm, yeah.
Again, what they didn't do was perhaps, according to rumors, is they did not do their work in promoting the show, and there was only 4,000. Even for
Mm,
the likes of R2B's, King Promise, and Co.
mm,
coming to come and do a show in the Accra Stadium, right? Accra
mm,
National Stadium,
mm,
which, for example, the
mm,
Shatawale had performed and sold out the entire thing. Like we've seen videos of
yeah,
Shatawale putting a crowd there. Again, they might look at it like, no, 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 we actually can do better than 4,000 people in Ghana at this venue. You get,
yeah,
and if that was the reason
yeah.
they pulled out, again, as a consumer, I'm not for that. I'm not for that.
Can you help us with Ake and Isiak's comment on YouTube? Both of them have been have
Mo,
commented.
Musafao Isiak said we're
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
perform in Abidjan first around 7 p.m. and Cote
7
d'Ivoire
p.m. Okay.
around 1 a.m. And before he settled Ghana mess, time has already gone, so he went to the Cotonou straight. Let's get it straight. So he's supposed to perform at Cote d'Ivoire 7 p.m. and perform at 1 a.m. No,
No, he was meant to perform in Ghana.
Abidjan is in Cote d'Ivoire, so I don't move.
Yeah.
Abidjan is in Cote d'Ivoire, so I didn't quite get that. Yeah,
Let's
I
check Don
didn't quite
Raymond
get that.
and Ake's comment.
So Aki said, I also guarantee that Wiz could make it to both countries same day, but the thing was that the guy was partying too hard at the nightclub to miss the other show. That's another angle. I mean, as a human, even if you're not partying, it takes a toll on you. I mean, there's no way you give your
Oh,
best
what did Ake
performance.
say? Ake said that they were partying at the club, yeah?
He said they were partying too hard at the club to miss. I mean, that's why they missed the other one. Um,
They
okay,
didn't make the
okay.
show.
Mufusa meant that
Okay,
he was
Don
supposed to
Raymond said
perform at
something.
Abidjan at 7 p.m. right, and then 1 a.m. At
Yeah.
Cotonou, right. Now, let's think
Yeah.
about it. There's no way that there's going to be a 7 p.m. show for a Nigerian artist, and the artist will be there at 7 p.m. These are Nigerian artists, so let's not forget. There's no way that we've seen this with
With the
several artists,
African timing.
including
Yeah.
Wiz. There's no way they tag a show 7 p.m. and they come out at 7 p.m. It never happens. It never
Yeah.
happens. They don't.
Yeah.
It's either they come up at either 10 or 11 or 12. So
11, 12, yeah.
at the back of his mind, this would have been a long thing for him to do. It's when the body no be firewood now to perform in two different countries. There's two countries in between those two countries, oh, and he's supposed to perform in the same night for those shows. I find that impossible to do. To be honest, I find it impossible to do.
Don Raymond said something.
He said the fight is between big musicians and event organizers. Some guys you mentioned, same guys you mentioned are with Wiz at the three countries. Chris Brown was in Ghana with Wiz. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Aki says it's a do your job and leave. Forget party, which you can always do later, but fail to do your due diligence has its consequences. Exactly. The due diligence of Wiz and his team is to find out the itinerary of
Hmm.
these shows and how they're going to happen, if it's possible. I mean, you will have checked all those factors in, and I'm saying they did not, and that's the disappointing part of it. They didn't. If he takes his brand wisely, he would have properly spaced out this concert. He would have properly spaced it out to make sure that
Hmm.
uh, he performs at those shows.
Hmm.
It's just nonsense planning on their part. Nonsense.
Okay, Wiz has come out to apologize, for the Ghana thing. He hasn't come out to talk about the Ivory Coast thing yet. Is Wizkid's apology enough? Not, is it enough for the fans in Ghana not to cancel him?
Well, he said he's going to. I mean, usually these fans, I won't say they're a bit not like they're short-sighted, but their anger is on the low when it comes to things like this. It's only when you bite them like two or three different times that something like that will happen. You get.
Yeah,
He has said he's going to organize something else for his fans in Ghana, and then I
yeah.
mean that should clear the whole mess up. Although there will be quite a
Mm.
few who don't like what happened and would vow that I'm never going to a Wiz show again.
Show again. Yeah,
There's also the part where I mean there's if you remember Case Daniel, was it Tanzania when he got arrested and things like that, he still a few days later
yeah.
came back to perform at the a much more so and people still turned up again. Artists
Perform. Yeah,
they don't hold
yeah,
grudge. They don't
yeah,
hold grudges like that. You can be angry all you want when their body
yeah,
rise
yeah.
again. And you know that is once in how many years? They'll come up. They'll come up.
Okay. Akin seems to be, someone said Chris Brown was in Ghana with Wiz. Of course, we couldn't confirm that one. Quite a lot of stories on social media saying Chris Brown was in Ghana. Whiskey wanted to bring Chris Brown on
With that
stage.
one. Mhm.
Akin says the apology shows that he's not willing to be accountable, but being political like all the APC. Anyways, I don't
No
know
being
what Akin.
no
I
being
know.
politics
I
is
don't
really
know.
show. Aki.
Okay, please, we love your comments so far. Anyways, Ake was actually going with your train of thought, saying something about how Wizkid actually needs to do better. If if 10 fans showed up at that concert of 40
Uh-huh.
key people, they've been loyal to you. You need to be loyal to them as well,
I agree.
and
I
all of
totally
that.
agree.
You know, if Muftar is here,
Leave
leave
Rufus
your
out. No read
comment.
that comment.
We're
On
not
behalf
gonna.
of Wiz and Nigerian artists, Ghanaians, we apologize to you.
Yeah, on behalf of Wiz, on behalf of all Nigerian artists, we apologize. To Ghanaian artists. Are we gonna apologize to the Ivorian guys too, who also came out? Now, Big Lala, the word out there on the street is that these guys have detained whiskey staff. All his dancers they had to detain it.
The
They
dancers
play now. They play.
are they
Yes,
not the agency guys from Ghana?
from Ivory Coast actually.
Oh,
Saying that they detained them, that they're not going to leave the country because they came and their guy did not come and everything. Did Whiskey actually land in Ivory Coast at all?
well, I don't know.
Because
That's
there
what I'm
was a
saying.
video of him saying, Ivory Coast, I'll see you soon. Abidjan, I'll see you soon. Abidjan, I'll see you soon.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me. Seeing it right now, it doesn't make sense to me. Go and look at the map now. It's not these two countries between Ivory Coast and Benin.
But if
Two
he hasn't
countries.
done it before, how did he think it was possible to do?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like someone said, they didn't do their due diligence. It's sad. It's bad on their part. They cannot say these organizers did not do their job when they themselves haven't done their jobs as well. They did not do their they didn't do their planning well.
Hmm,
It doesn't make sense for you want to do a Cote
hmm,
d'Ivoire and a Benin on the same night. Never going to be possible. Never. Never.
hmm.
He said, "See you soon." And that means he planned to do it. Okay, he planned to do it, but he didn't do it. That's the point. That's the whole point of it.
I
He
can say,
planned to do it,
then why did he
but
say he will see them soon?
exactly, and he didn't. That means he didn't do it.
Whiskey
So
knows the plan.
yeah, he messed up. He messed up. He did.
Anyways, guys, quite a lot of this thing. Benin to Cotonou is 4 hours by PJ. Okay,
Imagine. So,
okay,
as someone said, the show was supposed to be 7 p.m. here and 1 a.m. there. Have you? So, how many
yeah,
hours you go
yeah.
perform for that 7 p.m. show before you get to where your PJ day? Okay? Before the
Mm,
PJ ready, go. Before you land, before from where you land
already
to go where the location they go.
to the
You have to,
venue
you
and
have to reason all
everything.
those
It's
things
quite a
now.
lot,
No, it's a
quite a
lot,
lot of
man.
things. Anyways, guys, Big Lala, what's the way forward for Big Wiz? I mean, quite two field shows right now in December in the space of 2 days, and he has quite a lot of other shows. He has two shows in Lagos in December, has other shows as well. The international tour, the More Loveless Eagle tour, is also coming.
Yeah.
Um, is this a sign of what is to come, or is this going to be a lesson to correct the future?
It has to be a lesson. You have to plan well. You have to organize yourself well. If you're not going to be able to perform, do not commit to those shows. Wiz, with his years in the game, should know better. His team, with the years in the game, should know better. You get? They should know better. These things
Hmm.
should not be happening. Um, just properly plan yourself. Space your shows out. We know December is a busy period, but you don't be by force to go for all these shows. It's not by force to go. So
Lala, we have to end this because if we go by all these comments, this guy is saying P Square did it for several times. I mean, you can read it. It says P Square did it several times. You know, and that it's possible. Now, someone is also saying that Jada is no more managing the whole situation anymore. That's why all of this is happening. Quite a
see,
lot of
Don Raymond, there's no way your private jets would fly from Ivory Coast, right, to
from
Benin
Benin Republic,
Republic.
right?
From
Mm.
Benin Republic, whoever it is.
To Ivory Coast,
Nigeria to
yeah.
Ghana, whether it's by plane or from private jet, it will still be your 1 hour journey, max time.
Yeah, yeah.
From Ghana to the next country should be at least 1 hour. So you're talking a couple of hours before you get there. It's not like you're going to have a convoy, they will open the road for you. Are you the president of the country that you get to the airport ASAP and you board? And if P Square did it, they planned it well. There's no way P Square will do two shows on the same night. No. It will probably be day after day and after day, which then is possible. Not trying to do two shows in the same night. It is not possible. I will never believe it that that kind of thing would happen and or somebody will pull it off. No, knowing Nigerian artists that 7 p.m. they are not go. They are not even if they are speed jets. So you want say na Telesonic, I mean
I can
we
say
go
they are
we go reach
speed
there.
jets, bro.
Go reach from what's it called? From
Oh man,
Ivory Coast
they tackle you
for 1 hour.
today.
For 1 hour. Which is speed jet be that
Oh,
now? Come
days.
on.
But Big Lala, I think Davido
Na
did
na
this
fighter
thing.
jet
I
wey
need to
army
I
dey
need to
wey
go and
Navy dey use.
I need to go and make some research and everything. I think David did this some years ago. He was able to do some countries. He said, "Come on, don't say that, please." He said, "We will not allow abuse or insult on this channel." Wizkid isn't to blame for Ghana show, but Abidjan hold him responsible. Yes, bro, I dey fly you. I can say the flies too. Okay.
Akin,
Uh,
please, can you message me? Can you message me this internet how it would work? Can you drop it in the comments after the video?
please, please drop in the comment
Drop
after
it in
the
the
video.
comments.
Let's just drop an itinerary. He said he lives in Euro. Okay, guys. Quite a lot of back and forth over this whole thing. It is actually very interesting to note that fans, some are supporting Wiz while some think he should have done better. Someone is actually saying Ghana hold the organizers for Abidjan. You need to hold Wizkid in one of those two, if not the two. Wizkid, should definitely, like someone said here, about how there has to be a serious explanation. Like, you need to actually, why they didn't show up. Surely there should be a reason. So there has to be a reason for that.
What
Wizkid
I
needs
don't
to
get
come,
is
out
Ghanaian
of
people
state.
are fighting Cote d'Ivoire's people's battle. Please leave Cote d'Ivoire to fight their battle. Fight your own battle of who is based in Ghana. Leave Cote d'Ivoire.
Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts. Put them down below. Quite a lot of gems to pick up, from this one. What are your thoughts? Put them down below. Don Raymond is still talking. Oh my days. Anyways, um, hmm, okay. Please keep dropping your comments below. What do you think? Big Lala is saying it's not possible. You guys, Don Raymond and Aki are saying no, Big Lala. It is definitely possible. Do not tell us that we
No,
still
no
made
more
2 shows in
arguments.
one
No,
night.
let them put it how in the comments. No arguments. It's possible.
Please put it down as we end this video right now. Put it down below. And of course, we've talked about how Wizkid should do in the coming weeks as he holds shows in Lagos and other parts of the world as well. Put your comment down below as well. We'll see you guys on the very next one. Big Lala, thank you so much for coming. And of course, thank you for engaging with this, your people. Then Don Raymond, Isiak, Akin, every one of you who have commented. God bless you guys. We'll see you guys on the next reactions, definitely. What is going to be? We'll let you know, boy. It's another blockbuster coming soon, very, very soon, guys. See you and God bless.
Peace out.